Mega Evolution is coming out soon, which means Scarlet and Violet is officially dead. But that's okay, because in this video, we are going to be ranking every single Scarlet and Violet era set, and trust me, last place is not Shrouded Fable. With that being said, for number 15, it's Shrouded Fable. I mean, come on, what did you expect? But to prove that I do not hate Shrouded Fable, we're going to be opening a pack of it right now. This set sucks. The Pokemon in this set are the Loyal 3. And God, who approved these? These are 3 of the worst Pokemon designs I have ever seen. I mean, who honestly greenlit Monkey Dory? And for a set that is revolved around these 3 Pokemon, it leads to some pretty underwhelming cards. I mean, my favorite card from this entire set is Duskull, and that's just because it's Duskull, not because it's in Shrouded Fable. And I just gotta say, like, Monkey Dory's the saddest excuse for a legendary. It is literally filler. There is over 730 Pokemon, and I guarantee you nobody's favorite is going to be Monkey Dory. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the other art rares for this set are great, but the chases are the Loyal 3. I mean, what did Pokemon expect? The set revolves around DLC Pokemon that are pretty underwhelming, and the special illustration rare artwork is honestly not even that great either. This set still sucks. Moving on to the second worst set, it's Prismatic Evolutions. I'm actually holding a printed paper of the pack art because I've still yet to get my hands on this set. It might actually be better than the actual set. And with 32 special illustration rares in this set, it is by far the most stacked set of the entire video. But that's not without its flaws. The amount of discourse revolving around this set, along with really low hit rates and just the sheer fact that people were fighting for these cards, it's enough to turn you off a little bit. I mean, seriously, there can't be another set besides Prismatic Evolutions where people were fighting for the cards. Right? This set's hit rates are by far the worst in every single set that I'm going to be ranking today. And because they removed illustration rares from the packs, hit rates were worse. You can't really win with this set because if you pull something, oh snap, here's a Pokeball. Is there any way to open this? Anyways, on to number 13. It is Temporal Forces. I was looking at my script for this video and I don't have much to say about this set. When I look at the newest Pokemon sets, usually what I do is I look at the headliners first before anything else. For example, Fusion Strike is my favorite set of all time, and that's because of the Mew VMAX and the Gengar VMAX special art rares that they have. And not to flex, but I do have the Gengar VMAX. Look at it. Look at it. So the issue that I have with Temporal Forces is mainly just the Pokemon that are headlining the set are not too interesting to me. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, the card art is great in the set, don't get me wrong. All of the Pokemon are not too bad. It's just like, when you have a set that is headlined with the Paradox Pokemon that have better forms, I'm not gonna be all too interested. It just kind of feels like there's no variety with the chase cards. It's the set of 4, and that's really it. Continuing the trend of everything Gen 9 related, we have Stellar Crown. I honestly don't hate this set at all. I genuinely believe this whole set is pretty underappreciated. I mean, you have a Squirtle and Bulbasaur IR, and the chase card is not too bad. I just feel like it's missing something. There had to be one special illustration rare that was supposed to be in this set, one extra, because the set is relatively small. I think the real reason for Stellar Crown being this low is honestly it's just missing one more special illustration rare, just one more card for us to chase. I will say though, Stellar Crown has the nicest trainer special illustration rares, only rivaling one other set that we're going to talk about later in the video. But before we get to that, we need to talk about the obligatory Charizard set. Yep, you knew it was coming. It's the Pokemon Company. What did you really expect? Since the dawn of time, a set featuring Charizard releases, and boy do we eat it up every time. This time, however, there's a special illustration rare Charizard, which it's fine. There's not much selection in this set. However, the hit rates in this are really, really good compared to maybe, you know, where is it? Compared to maybe this piece of garbage. But it's the run-of-the-mill Charizard set. Same formula. Works relatively well. Speaking of formulas that worked, we have Scarlet and Violet, which changed every single formula of the Pokemon TCG. The borders are now gray like the Japanese cards. There's 2 reverse holo slots now. Illustration rares were added. There's these weird frame drops when I open the packs. As the first set of the Scarlet and Violet era, they played it relatively safe. The highlights were the legendaries and this Gardevoir illustration rare line, which is honestly really adorable. I want to put a special spotlight on this Riolu card. He's got like weights and gym equipment. It's adorable. Come on, you can't hate Riolu. For our first crack at the Scarlet and Violet formula, Not bad, honestly. Now we're getting to the real heavy hitters, the number 9 spot, which is gonna go to Paradox Rift. With the pool of sets like Destined Rivals, Journey Together, Prismatic Evolution, Paldea Evolved, it's hard to remember that these sets exist. I mean, it's a set focusing on not so popular Pokemon being the Paradox forms, but it has a lot of variety, not just having the Paradox Pokemon, but stuff like this Altaria special illustration rare, Groudon special art rare, which is so nice. Even this Garchomp is not too shabby either. And of course, I also had it this high because it has one of my favorite, if not my favorite, special illustration rares ever, the Parasol Lady. I mean, I could talk about this card for hours. The coloring, the way the raindrops look. Literally everything about this card is perfect. As a shiny hunter in the past, I used to love when Pokemon released the shiny sets. I remember opening so many Hidden Fates packs when I was younger just to pull a shiny card. This right here is actually one of my pulls from Hidden Fates. So when I heard they were making another shiny set, my expectations were honestly pretty high. And what's better than full art recolors and a Bubble Mew that I'm never going to get? Yeah, I still love this Black Ball and White Flare. The first set to ever share the same name in English and Japanese at the same time. And also the first set where everything is basically an illustration rare. Every single Pokemon from Generation 5 got an illustration rare or a special illustration rare. I'm sure the one Maractus fan is real happy about this. This set really just thrives of having an abundance of illustration rares and Pokemon to choose from. And even if you don't like Gen 5, you can appreciate all of the artwork. And with the Pokemon community clamoring for anything Pokemon Black and White related. Dear God, it's amazing. This is a warm welcome. Also worth noting, it's one of the only sets in 2025 that has not been horrendously scalped. Like, I've genuinely gone to a couple of Targets and seen Black and White, so it's not too bad to get now. Now we're getting to the beginning of the end, and with the end, I'm talking about Surging Sparks. Close your eyes, Pikachu, I'm sorry. Now look, you're probably wondering, how did Surging Sparks get this high? And I gotta come clean to you guys. I'm biased. I mean, look what I'm wearing. How could you not think I was gonna rank Surging Sparks high? As you know, Surging Sparks' chase card is Pikachu. And I really like Pikachu, so honestly, I'm gonna rank this set pretty high. And also, this was the first set that I started to get into the YouTube thing and started getting really serious with Pokemon cards. I know Surging Sparks is not all that far back, but I started collecting our own X and Y, but I really got serious with Pokemon around Surging Sparks and my NYC card shop video. This set just also happened to have some of my favorite Pokemon, and one of my favorite characters as a special illustration rare. And no, I'm not gonna make you look at it this time. But besides all of that, this set honestly just has a ton of quality, and I don't really hate that the chase card is a Pikachu. Take notes, Charizard. But now we're getting to the real stuff, the real cream of the crop here. So why the hell is he here? Look, I know this isn't everyone's favorite set. Far from it. But when I heard trainer Pokemons are coming back, I couldn't help but pop. Journey Together is such a small set, but in that small sample size, it has just captivated me with the artwork, the choice of Pokemon, the choice of trainer. I mean, you can't just bring back Zoroark and the entire Zoro line and not expect me to be happy. And one thing that I didn't like about the Scarlet and Violet era that Journey Together did really well was the full arts. I thought the full arts in Scarlet and Violet were insanely ugly. It was just a PNG and a background and bada bing bada boom, there's your full art. At least in X and Y, they added dynamic camera angles, different effects. In Scarlet and Violet, all we get was this. What the hell is this? But in Journey Together, they have the Pokemon and the trainer in the back. What? Now look, I know this set doesn't stand toe-to-toe with the other top sets and other people's listings, but nothing's ever gonna beat pulling Maractus in a Pokemon Center ETB. You know what I love more than trainer Pokemon though? Starter Pokemon. I even like Chikorita, and that's why Paldea Evolved slotted so high on this list, to no one's surprise really. Having all 3 of the Paldean starters in their own illustration and special illustration rare line, I mean, they all have their own cohesive story in the illustration rares that ends with the special illustration rare. I love when they add these little stories in the card art, especially with the evolutions. I think the set is just so satisfying to open, and when you pull a lot of these cards and start to really piece it together, this set in a binder is insanely beautiful. Okay, we're in the top 3 now. Honestly, the last 3 were really hard to rank. You can probably assume what it's gonna be based on these last few rankings, but this was insanely hard and are honestly all interchangeable. Anyways, with number 3, we have Destined Rivals. What better way to kick this off than with Destined Rivals is Journey Together's cooler older brother, and let's just say they knocked it out of the park with this set. Some of the Team Rockets cards even follow the same art style as the illustration rares, like they all kind of go hand in hand, and it is super duper nice. Diverting from the Team Rockets cards, Cynthia's Garchomp is one of the best special illustration rares that I've ever seen. I mean, it's like a whole battle sequence. You have the people in the back, Garchomp is in a fighting position. How could you not like this? Even the gold cards are pretty sought after too. They're not exactly ugly. Like I said, just slapping a PNG on a card and calling it a day is not gonna work. But with Journey Together and Destined Rivals, they put the trainer in the back and it honestly helps so much. This set is quite literally the 2019 Warriors, but on complete steroids. Now imagine a set with nothing but my favorite. Oh my god. 151 was a huge reason why people came back to Pokemon cards. It was pretty much the catalyst to this entire boom, and it was also another reason why people fought in Costco. I honestly cannot say enough about this set. I mean, it's Gen 1 bait, but at the same time, it's Gen 1 bait done right. It's an absolute love letter to Generation 1, and my favorite Pokemon is Mew, and this set having a Mew card is gonna add some bonus points for me. So I actually had my number 1 at 151 for a while, but it got overtaken recently by my new favorite set, Twilight Masquerade. Wait, did I actually put Twilight Masquerade? Oh my god, I did. If you look at the card list of Twilight Masquerade, and maybe I'm biased. You remember earlier in the video when I said that Stellar Crown had 2 of my favorite trainer special illustration rares, and that it only was rivaled by another set? Yeah, it's this set. It's Twilight Masquerade, baby. The Carmen and the Perrin are 2 of the best cards that I have ever seen in my entire life. The fact that the Perrin goes with the Growlithe is just amazing, and that the Carmen goes with the Kieran as well. Couple that with the fact that I played through the entire Kitakami DLC, link on the channel by the way, and that this set is headlined by Greninja and X and Y Pokemon. Maybe call me biased, but that is the perfect formula for a perfect set by my standards. But with that being said, it just slightly edges over 151. I still kind of regret selling my special illustration rare Greninja because it is the chase card of the set and is one of the chase cards of Scarlet and Violet. Maybe in a future video we'll try to get it again. But yeah, that's my ranking of every single Scarlet and Violet set, and no, Prismatic Evolutions was not number 1. You're welcome.